Hey there, this is Dara Connolly, your fearless confidence coach. And in this video today, I want to show you how to be more assertive. Let's do it. All right, so in this tip, I'm going to give you 2 tips of how to be more assertive, and then stay till the end because I have a good idea of a bonus tip I want to jump in with. So tip number 1 is to know what you want to say and say it with conviction. How many times have you been in a situation where you're caught off guard and you say something you kind of later regret, or you think of the perfect response after the fact? So what I want you to do is plan a little bit ahead of time of what you're going to say and know it so you are ready walking into the scene. And this way you can say it with conviction, say it with power. There's no waffling of your opinion. There's no way anybody is going to change your mind. Think about this. The next time you're in a social setting and you're asked, oh, what restaurant do you want to go to? Do you want to see this movie? What do you want to do tonight? And if you don't know what you want, it's going to be very hard to make a statement that's bold and assertive and confident. And that also applies to other things in our life. Like, what do you want to do for yourself? How do you want to spend your time? What decisions are important for you? When you know what you want, you can say it confidently. So listen to your inner voice, pay attention to what he or she is interested in and needing, and then say it with conviction because you know what you want. And one of the tips I'm going to give you on how to figure out what it is that you know what you want is by journaling. And we'll maybe get a little bit more in detail about this in another video. Start right now journaling on what is it that I like. So tip number 1 is to know what you want and say it because you know confidently what you want. And if you're unsure, journaling by asking the question of what is it that I like? What are my favorite things to do? It's going to help reframe that for you. Okay, now tip number 2 is to believe what you say and let your passion show. Now, I am a confidence coach, and a lot of times people will ask, is it possible to fake confidence? Fake it till you make it. And it really won't last if you do that, because you have to believe, an inner belief, an inner knowing that you are confident. And one of the ways to do that is to believe in what you're talking about, right? If you're trying to sell yourself or convince somebody of something, you have to believe it in order for them to believe it. So think about the work you do in the world, or opinions and your values, or your areas that you're interested in. And if you have a core set of beliefs that you are certain about, then speak on it. Let your opinion on that shine. It's okay. Don't hold back, because that's how you will begin to get others to respect you, when you speak up for things that you care about. So if it's an idea, or it's asking for a promotion, or sharing your opinion on something political or religious, believe in what you believe and let your passion show. No more people pleasing, worrying about how what you say lands with the other person. You could still be respectful if you have a differing opinion. You could still be friendly and polite, but I don't want you to hold back or hold in your convictions. It's important to let it show. Confident people are not afraid to show what they know and to share what they believe. So tip 2 is to believe in what you say and let your passion show. Okay, now tip 3, I'm going an extra one here already, and now I have a bonus one. So be sure you stay to the end. And before I get to tip 3, this is a great time to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. And you'll see at the link below my brand new DaraConnollyCLUB, where you can get expert videos in a great format, and new videos are launched every single week, different videos that you can't be seen here. So tip number 3, in order to how to become an assertive speaker, is to be direct. A lot of times when I'm coaching people, if I ask them to state something that they care about, what happens is they go on and they try to defend their opinion. They end up saying too much. Be direct, be succinct in your communication, and it'll be more assertive. So we know what assertiveness looks like. You can picture in your mind an assertive person, most likely, can't you? Think of a famous celebrity that you know can really hold their ground and speak with confidence. If you can learn from how they do it, I bet you'll notice that they say less and they're very direct with their language. Now, women, just as men, can be perceived as assertive. Sometimes people perceive us differently. Sometimes women are perceived as being overly emotional when we try to become assertive or dramatic. And the way to combat this is to be more direct and use fewer words. If you're someone who does get emotional and your feelings are coming out, um, it's okay to let that happen. It's okay to simply state what has happened. So one of the tools in being direct is to state the facts. You can say, I'm getting emotional, but I'd like to tell you this, or I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. I'm feeling anxious. Once you claim it and state it in that way, it kind of just gets it out there and it doesn't make you feel so uncomfortable like you have to hide something. So stating it is a matter of fact way, just the facts, just the data about simply, I'm feeling emotional, but I'm going to proceed anyway. Takes the pressure off you of having to hold it all together because you've already put it out there. And other people will take you more seriously because you said it and you said it succinctly. Okay, so now let's move on to a bonus tip that you may not have heard before, because I know when I'm coaching others, I'm always looking for different content that you haven't heard before. I want to take you to the next level in how to be more assertive. And in this question, this tip, what I want you to do is to ask yourself your opinion first before you ask others. So what do I mean by that? You know, when you're getting dressed to go out for an evening and you put on a new outfit, most of us, what we do is we run in the other room and we'll ask our spouse, so what do you think? Do you like this outfit? Go back in time and ask yourself first. Look in the mirror, take a moment, ask yourself, do I like this? Do I like how I feel in these clothes? Your opinion matters more than anybody else, but oftentimes we don't ask ourselves, we don't check in with ourselves. It's that validation that we're looking for, that external validation from others, is important, but it's not as important as your opinion. And I want you to double check in with you before you go and ask somebody else. This is the rule. Before you ask their opinion, you check in with yourself. What do I think about this? Maybe you're writing a paper and you want someone to review it because you want another set of eyes on it. That's fantastic. That's great to have that support and get other people's feedback. Make sure you're taking time to separate from you as the writer to look at your work and go, how would I objectively review my own work? You can use this with anything, but take time to resist asking other people's opinion before you ask yourself what you think. Now that I've taught you some tools on how to be more assertive, you're going to want to stay tuned for the next video, which is how to speak with confidence and authority. And in the meantime, go ahead and click below for DaraConnollyCLUB so you can catch my latest videos. In the meantime, you are amazing.